Hello everyone.
I'm Max from Canada.
I'm Suji from Thailand.
And Suji and I, sadly, have never been to Portugal. But to be even sadder, we have never been to Europe. We have traveled in Asia together. I'm born and raised in Canada. Suji, born and raised in Thailand. We live in Thailand countryside with our 12 dogs. But Europe, we have never been. One day, if YouTube we make a lot more money, maybe we're going to be able to go and do a tour of Europe because everything is closed. All the countries are closed together in Europe. So, yes. Ren Shirley make amazing video about place to visit in every country around the world. And this one is about Portugal. Top 25 place to visit in Portugal.
Yes.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I recently returned from exploring the beautiful country of Portugal, and I want to share with you my favorite places. So here's my Portugal top 25. Portugal is home to some of Europe's most stunning landscapes. The country is full of intriguing history, incredible coastline, and the world's biggest waves. From the lush islands of the Azores to the scenic Algarve coast, Portugal has so much to offer. Let's start this video off at Praia do Ursa. Located on Sintra's coast, about 50 minutes from Lisbon, this is probably my favorite beach in all of Portugal. Sintra's coast, about 50 minutes from Lisbon.
That's only 50 minutes from one side to the other of the country, basically. Because the country is like up like this, right? It's only 50 minutes. Wow. 50 minutes in Thailand, you don't go anywhere, basically.
Lisbon. This is probably my favorite beach in all of Portugal. Now, one reason I like it so much is for its rock formations. There's several of them, and they look like wizard hats. Now, to get to the beach, it's a decent hike. It only took us like 20 or 30 minutes to get down. It is just a little steep descent, but it's nothing you can't handle. Now, when you reach the beach, I was just amazed by the rock formations. They're just huge and really fun to walk around. The water was a little bit chilly, but would be so nice on a hot day. Now, if you can, it's an amazing place to go for sunset. The beach lights up with an orange glow, and it's just hard to beat. Couldn't recommend this beach enough. Now, another really cool spot above the beach is Cabo do Roca. There's a scenic lighthouse up there, and there's lots of trails that you can walk around to get amazing views of the sea cliffs. And there are some other beaches you can hike down to. I mean, this area is amazing, and you definitely gotta check it out. While we're still in Sintra, let's head over to the Pena Palace.
The hell?
It's a stunning, colorful castle.
Why is it red and yellow and then white in the middle? It's kind of three color of something.
Is it news or it's been like this from the beginning?
Probably. Again, if people attack you, how the people are gonna get there to take you? It's like a fortress at the same time. Like, it's hard to invade that kind of place.
That sits on top of the Sintra Mountains. The palace was completed in 1854, and today it stands as one of the 7 wonders of Portugal.
1,200 years ago.
Wow.
And it's one of the wonder of Portugal.
Now, to get there, you can take a taxi to the top, or you can also hike up from the town of Sintra, and that's what we did. It's a really beautiful hike that you go through some gardens. When we reached the palace, I was just amazed by the architecture and the colors. It was so vibrant, and I loved the contrast between the red and yellow structures. I will say it was extremely packed, like there were so many people. So if you do go, I recommend visiting really early, right when it opens, or avoid going in August. Now, right next to the palace is the Castle of the Moors. It was built all the way back in the 8th and 9th centuries. I actually like this place a lot better than the Pena Palace. There was way less people, and there was just like so much history. I was fascinated how well it was preserved. One of my favorite things that you could do is just like so much history.
Why am I always thinking about fighting? I feel like one archer between each of the rock, like this, and try to shoot the enemy like this. I'm thinking movies. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking about war movie when I see this.
How well it was preserved. One of my favorite things that you could do is you can walk around the perimeter of the fortress and get a little taste of what it must have felt like to live in Portugal during medieval times. Another historical nearby place is the Quinta de Regaleria. It's home to this inverted tower, which has a fascinating history regarding the initiation ceremony for the Templar Knights. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the city of Lisbon. Now, if you're coming into Portugal, chances are you'll fly into this airport. It's a great starting point.
Fado music. A big part of Fado that we reacted to their singer from Lisbon.
For your Portugal adventures. Now, being one of the oldest cities in Europe, Lisbon is just full of so much culture and history.
See how red it is? Is it? I thought it was Chris the Redeemer. I thought it was in Rio de Janeiro.
True.
We saw in other video from Sweden that there's a reason why a lot of houses in Europe historically are red. I think it's come down to your social status. I think historically red was like people that had money were living in red houses or something, or poor people. I'm not sure, but there's some kind of power dynamic with the color of the house. I think.
One of my
I don't know
favorite
if it's the
features
case
of
here.
Lisbon is the Sanctuary of Christ the King monument. It reminds me of a mixture of Rio de Janeiro and San Francisco, with that massive bridge that goes over the Tagus River. The Commerce Square is another beautiful spot to explore. The Balaam Tower is another really cool monument that served as a point of embarkation
Whoa.
for Portuguese
Look like a boat.
explorers.
Yeah.
Lisbon is such a historic city, and I have to say it's one of the most beautiful capitals in all of Europe. Afterwards, we're going to visit the medieval town of Obidos. Now, located about an
Obidos.
hour's drive from Lisbon, Obidos is this romantic medieval town protected by an impressive stone wall. Around the year 713 AD,
Wow.
the Moors established a fortification here.
Yeah, look, it's really fortified, like he said. Look, again, if you want to invade, it's not easy. And now these days, it's like, look beautiful, but back then it was like made like this so that people could not like invade. It's kind of it's like a boat.
Around the year 713 AD, the Moors established a fortification here, and in the 12th century, the King of Portugal reclaimed the land. Obidos was later gifted to the Queen, and for the following centuries, Obidos received special treatment from the Queens of Portugal, who remodeled and enriched the village throughout the
Wow.
Middle Ages. Today, Obidos is one of Portugal's most well-preserved medieval towns. Now, one of my favorite features of Obidos is the wall that surrounds it. When you enter the town's gates, there's a stairway on your left, and you can walk around on
Wow.
the top of the medieval walls. I climbed on top of one of the lookout towers and just got amazing views of Obidos and the surrounding area. I mean, it just blows my mind how well everything is preserved, even though everything's like 500-600 years old. After we just had a great
Whoa.
time just wandering through the alleyways. I mean, if you're really into medieval destinations, you gotta give Obidos a visit. Now, afterwards, we're gonna visit one of the most gnarly
Wait, this
coastlines
looks like a
in the world,
goat.
Nazare. Just a 90-minute drive from Lisbon, Nazare is this historical coastal town that is
Nazare.
famous for being home to the biggest
my
surfable
gosh, the
wave
wave's
on
so
the
high.
planet. Every winter season, the waves can
Wait,
be
what did you
over
say?
the biggest surfable wave on the planet.
Oh, the biggest wave that you can surf on. So you're right, it's kind of big.
Every winter season, the waves can be over 100 feet high. The reason the waves get so big is because there's this underwater canyon right before the swell hits the beach and just creates this massive wave. Now, the
There's an underwater canyon near the shore, so it hit that, like, and it get even higher before
Oh.
reaching the beach. That's what
Yeah.
he
best
just
place
said.
to see the wave is from the 16th century fort of St. Michael the Archangel. It's located right in the cliff, and I'm surprised it hasn't collapsed in the ocean after being battered by the sea for so many centuries. Now, I was here during the summertime, so there was like hardly any waves, but I would love to come back between October to March
my
to
God, look
witness
from
the
here.
world's
Yeah.
record swells. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the Berlenga Islands. Now, located about 10
Berlenga?
kilometers off of Portugal's west coast, the Berlenga Islands are an archipelago full of history. Over the ages, many shipwrecks took place here, so in the 16th century, monks built a monastery and settlement to aid shipwrecked sailors, but it was eventually abandoned. In the 17th century, a fort was constructed on the monastery's ruins to build a coastal defense against threats such as pirates. Today, you can take a 40-minute ferry ride from the town of Peniche and just spend the day exploring the great Berlenga Island. You can go snorkeling and just walk around. Definitely is a great day trip if you're in the area. After, we're going
Whoa.
to visit Tomar. Tomar is an
Tomar?
idyllic Portuguese city full of charm and was the last town commissioned for construction by the Templar Knights. The crowning feature of
Whoa.
the city is the Convent of Christ. It was completed
Huh,
in the
it looks
12th
similar to
century.
the,
crowning feature.
Remember the other city earlier that had a big wall all around? And it was like trees on the side. It looked like this. Again, it's
Yeah.
fortified and then they have something in the middle, but it looked like more like a rich people,
of the
like
city is the
important people.
Convent of Christ. It was completed in the 12th century by the Templar Knights. The monastery was integral for defending the Christian kingdom against the Moors. I'm just blown away by how big it is. The stone wall that surrounds the castle must have took ages to construct. Another fascinating medieval place to visit is the Castle Alabria. Located about a 50-minute drive from Tomar, the Castle Alabria was constructed in the 12th century. Over the ages, the castle started to lose its military importance, and it was damaged extensively by French invasions. Today, it has been
Oh.
restored, and I just love how it's integrated with the city. Afterwards, we're going to visit the university town of
Oh!
Coimbra, located about 2 hours north from
Coimbra.
Coimbra? Oh,
The
the,
stu-
university.
the university student. the university in Coimbra when they sing for the not the graduation, but whatever it's called. Yeah, we reacted to that.
Lisbon. Coimbra is one of Portugal's most culturally vibrant cities. It was originally a Roman settlement, but during the Middle Ages, it became the capital of Portugal from 1131 to 1255. Now, the
Wow.
oldest university in Portugal, which was originally started in Lisbon, was relocated to Coimbra in 1308. And today,
Oh.
it's one of the oldest universities in continuous operation in the world. I would have loved to study there. Now, while you're in Coimbra, you can explore the university grounds and botanical gardens. I mean, just such a lovely university town. Now,
Yeah,
afterwards,
see?
we're going to head to botanical gardens. I mean, just such
I think this is when they sing. Where they sing in the video we saw, right? I think that's the building in the background.
a lovely university town.
Ah,
Now,
yeah, there.
afterwards, we're going to head to the mountains to visit Serra da Estrela. Now, located about a
Serra
2 hours
da
drive from
Estrela.
Coimbra, Serra da Estrela is the highest point.
We just
up
reacted to a singer called Estrela.
Estrella.
Her last name was Estrela,
Ah.
I think, but it's not. I don't think she's related to that. But
Portugal, with a height of 1,993 meters. The peak is
they show
jagged like something you've seen
snow for the first time.
Alps. It's basically the highest point on a plateau, but what's great about it is that you can drive there, so no hiking involved, and there's some really cool observatory towers on top. If you go in the wintertime, chances are it'll be covered in snow, and you can ski at the nearby Estrela ski resort.
Wow.
Afterwards, we're going to venture to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to visit the archipelago
like
of the
volcano.
Azores. Now, the Azores are a group of 9 islands like none other. They remind me of a hybrid of New Zealand and Hawaii with rolling pastures and green scenery. I mean, it's basically the Garden of Eden in real life. The
Now that's our kind of destination, right? CJ and I would love visit place like this. We live in the countryside,
So
so
green.
yeah, this is very green. I don't think is there a lot of people living there.
Like some
largest
of
island
it.
on the
Look that guy in the parachute or whatever.
Azores is San Miguel.
No, that's
one of
a-
the most stunning
No, that's
of Eden in real life. The largest island
there's something driving. Like-
on the Azores is San Miguel. One of the most stunning places on the island is Lagoa das Sete Cidades. It's a
Look at
twin lake situated in the crater of a volcano. One lake is green while the other is blue. The
Create the volcano. You're right.
Yeah,
Earlier.
that-
Yeah.
nearby Santiago Lake is also a really unique place. Now, another one of my favorite islands on the Azores is Pico. It's home to the highest point in
Oui.
all of Portugal, called Mount Pico. It's a stratovolcano that reaches 2,351 meters high, and it last erupted in 1720. I just can't believe how huge it is. If you're up for a challenge, you can hike to the top. There's also 7 more
There's
other
still a
islands you
chance,
can
right,
explore.
to
I'll
erupt
do a
again.
separate video soon and include them all. I mean, it's just hard to
I
be-
think they can kind of. I don't know. You guess in advance, like if it's gonna a big good chance of eruption, you can evacuate people in advance.
Yeah, right this day.
Like a tsunami, you can warn people. I don't know if you can warn. I think you can, but I'm not sure.
the scenery of this volcanic archipelago. After the Azores, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit the region of Algarve. Now, the Algarve region is the southernmost part of Portugal. It's famous for its good weather, high standard of living, and incredible coastline. One of the most
High
beautiful
standard of
towns is
living.
Lagos. It's an ancient maritime town with more than 2,000 years of history. Today, it's one of the most visited cities in
Wow.
Portugal. Now, what I love about Lagos is that it's located right next to some of the best beaches. The coast is home to uniquely
Wow.
shaped sea cliffs filled with hidden coves and sea caves. One of the most interesting places on the Algarve coast is Bengali Cave. It's this
Oh, man.
incredible grotto with this opening on top. You can only access it by taking a kayak.
Maybe I'm dreaming. Lagos. You just said Lagos, which is also a city in Nigeria, and now he said Bengali, which is a language in India. So I was not gonna mention it, but I see a lot of things now.
paddleboard, or boat tour. Another scenic spot on the coast is Ponta da Piedade. It's full of countless grottos and sea arches to explore. After, we're going to visit the city of Porto. On the coast of northern Portugal, Porto is the second largest city in the country after Lisbon. It's one of the oldest European centers
Wow.
as it developed as an important commercial port during Roman times. Today, it's one of Europe's most vibrant cities. I just love how colorful
Is this where Porto, the drink are, the alcohol?
Porto?
Yeah. You don't know Porto? Oh, okay.
all the buildings and roofs are. The Louise First Bridge is one of the most recognizable features of the city
Oh.
as it spans across the Douro River.
Oh,
now, while
wait.
we're on the top
What?
of the river
There's
of the
a-
city,
Oui. The one on top and the one below. There's 2-story.
Oh, I think you're right.
as it spans across the Douro River. Now,
Oh,
while on the
Douro.
topic of the river, I recommend taking a boat or car up the Douro Valley to witness some of the best wine country in the world. Wine has been made in this valley for over 2,000 years. The region is full of endless terrace vineyards that line the powerful Douro River. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the Peneda Xerez National Park. Now, located in northern Portugal, right on the Spain border, about an hour's drive from Porto, Peneda Xerez is the only national park in all of Portugal, and I have to say it's just absolutely beautiful up here. It's full of
that's so
granite
great.
mountains, pristine waterfalls, and scenic lakes. There's also beautiful towns and villages in the area. I really like this one town called Lindoso. It has a medieval castle with
Lindoso.
these interesting little
Wait.
stone huts called Horeos. They're
Oreos.
What's this?
It's the name of the stone. It looked like mini, like a knockdown house,
Oh,
but they're like stone.
wow.
used to store grain and have been used since the 13th century. Afterwards,
Wow.
we're going to visit the nearby Guimaraes. Now, located about 40 minutes from Porto, Guimaraes is one of the best preserved medieval settlements in Portugal. It was founded back in the 9th century and is often referred to as the birthplace of Portugal because it is believed that Portugal's first king, Afonso Henriques, was born here. Today, Guimaraes has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's easy to see why.
Whoa.
One of my favorite features of the city is the Guimaraes Castle. It was built in the 10th century to defend the monastery from Moorish and Viking attacks. It stands as a national symbol and is also referred to as the cradle of Portugal. After exploring northern Portugal, we're going to head back to the Atlantic Ocean to visit the island of Madeira. I just got
Madeira.
done spending a week on this island and I just loved it so much. It's located right off the northwest coast of Africa.
Whoa.
The island was claimed by Portugal in 1419.
This have a lot of
Now
rock like
Madeira
this.
is known for its ideal climate and just stunning coastline. One of my favorite beaches on Madeira
Whoa.
is Ponta do Sol. It's this beautiful town
Ponta
that
do Sol.
Interesting. It's like big hotel, big building.
Madeira is
Usually when we saw it's like in the, well, it's kind of a crater. It's just that the water is right there.
Yeah.
Ponta do Sol. It's this beautiful town that reminded me of Italy's Amalfi Coast. The beach there wasn't
Really?
sandy, instead it had smooth
Rocks.
rocks, and the swimming
Rock
was
beach.
spectacular in the crystal clear waters. The main reason I wanted to go here was to do some cliff jumping. On the east side there's this pier area with this super cool arch bridge, and then there's some little cliffs to jump off. I sent a few jumps and it was just freaking fun. The water felt so nice and was such an enjoyable spot. After we relaxed on the beach and did some more swimming and just enjoyed the sunset. Definitely a place you gotta visit. Another amazing spot
Whoa.
in Madeira is the Fanal Forest.
See, I bring the bottle out. Now they can go there now.
Wow, these trees are crazy.
These trees look scary, dangerous.
And it's low. Like you can climb, like it's look very, very low.
it
Maybe.
look like the tree in what, the Black Forest in Germany?
Oh yeah, you're right actually.
Fanal Forest. Now this has to be one of the most magical places on Madeira. It's this forest located in the highlands of the island, and one thing that makes it so special is that it's often covered by the clouds. Something that I just loved about the forest was its trees. Some are over 500 years old, and they look like
covered by
giant
the
bonsai
clouds.
trees. Was its trees? Some are over 500 years old,
500 years old. I thought it was more than that, but
and they look like giant bonsai trees. I mean, it really feels like you're in a fairy tale forest, just waiting to run into some mythical creature. Even though I didn't see any unicorns there,
Yeah.
I ran into some photogenic cows just grazing away. Now,
We
one of my
think about it when they have a lot of this tree back then and there's some more coming. There's probably going to be a story about it. People can get lost really easy.
and disappear. You mean?
Yes.
I didn't see any unicorns there. I ran into some photogenic cows just grazing away. Now, one of my most enjoyable memories on Madeira was just walking around for hours, exploring the forest. It was just pure peace and bliss. I mean, I just freaking love this place. If you're into scenic churches, there's a really beautiful hilltop chapel in the town of São Vicente. The church was built in 1948 to celebrate the end of World War II. Now, it's pretty easy to get to the church. You drive up to the base, and then there's these stairs you can hike up. Now, the view up there was really astounding, and the church is just pretty cool too. For our final destination, we're going to visit my favorite place, not just on Madeira, but all of Portugal, Pico do
Whoa.
Arieiro. Now, I love this spot so much, I came up 4 times. Now, it's located about a 40-minute drive from Funchal. Pico do Arieiro is the third highest point on the island with an elevation of 1,818 meters,
Whoa.
which is pretty wild considering how small Madeira is. Now, since it's so high up, you'll often be in or above the clouds, which creates the
Whoa.
most epic landscape. Now, to reach Pico de Arieiro, you don't need a hike. You can drive a car to the top, and from there you can go explore the mountains. I was surprised how well maintained the trail was. It's a stone path with guard wires for a majority of the way, which is so nice. If you hike for about 15 minutes, you'll reach the first lookout point called the Miraduro do Ninho da Manta. Now, the views there are just absolutely incredible. It has a phenomenal vantage point. We went up here for sunrise and sunset, and both were amazing. But I'd say sunset was my favorite because there was like hardly anyone up there and basically had the whole place to ourselves. I mean, it just felt like a dream up there with the clouds and the setting sun. It gave me such a rush and was such a good reminder of why I love traveling. I just love this country so much. Well, that is it for my Portugal top 25. Let me know where your favorite...
Always hard to decide which place to go of all, because it's all the like very tourist place, and everything has like good nature, good water, and everything.
Yeah.
Is there one in particular that
I
you
want to
remember?
go to where there's a house with a rock.
The house with the rock. Well, there was more than one. Like this one on screen has it.
No, remember there's a little house built by a rock or something.
Oh.
Built by a stone. Yeah, I want to go see like what, because I have never seen that they build a small house like that, with a stone thing like that. I always seen a big castle thing like that. This is the first time that I saw it.
Well, thank you for the amazing suggestion. Please suggest us more, and see you very soon.